the last part, and thus we're going to finalize with the writing section. So that next week we can start with another section. All right. And there's something else that I wanted to say before we start with our practice tonight, and that is, give me a second, please. Here, okay. I want to share my screen with you. I wanted to display this. Give me a second. All right. Great. So I wanted to display this. If you saw your WhatsApp group recently, then you discovered that I sent this this document earlier today. And if you open it, well, you also discover that this is basically well, it's homework. It's the only homework I will be actually giving you, okay, for these classes. And basically consists on two different essays, okay? One essay for the first task of the writing section and another essay for the independent section. And well, you're going to be receiving here the material. As you can see, you have a link to a Google carpet, to a Drive carpet actually, where you're going to be able to find out the reading passage and the lecture for the first task of the writing section. And if you scroll down, then you're going to have as well the topic for the independent essay. So overall, you will be having to write 2 essays for me. And you have time to do so until this October 23rd. That is to say, until this, Sunday. And well, I think that 2 days is quite sufficient for you to perform these essays, considering, well, you don't spend more than 30 minutes in any of them. So please, you can watch this, you can check it out. And here, if you perceive, there is an email, okay, that says equipo@eecome.com. And this is going to be the email where you have to send these essays, okay? Please don't send it to my personal, but send them here to this email that I have left at the top of the document. And well, here's where I'm going to be reviewing it. And I'm going to be giving you these essays already corrected so that you can, of course, observe them, analyze them, and to give yourself some feedback, okay? So when you send them to me, I'm going to be reviewing them. I'm going to give you some commentaries, written commentaries, okay? I'm not going to record a video, but I'm going to give you a written commentary, and you're going to be able to analyze phrase by phrase, sentence by sentence, paragraph by paragraph, what are your strengths, what are your mistakes, and of course, we can all improve every single time, right? So as I said, you're going to be able to perform this on this homework, and remember, your final date or your due date is October 23rd, okay? So please get into this document whenever you have time, give yourself some time in order to complete it. You're not going to have more than 1 hour to practice for these exercises, and send them to this email that I left here at the top of the document, all right? That is what you have to do. Just wanted to remark that before we start the class, okay? And now let us practice for tonight's class, okay? Well, let me show you the topic for tonight's practice, okay? We, of course, need a topic because in this independent essay, everything we need is actually that topic. And here we have it. All right, we're going to write down an essay for this, okay? All right. I'm going to paste this to the chat box and also to the WhatsApp group, okay? There you have it. Awesome. So tonight's topic says the following. Some parents forbid young children from I'm gonna repeat. Some parents forbid young children from owning smartphones, cell phones with internet access, while others disagree and believe that they are important tools for keeping in touch. Which point of view do you think is better and why? That is the topic for tonight's essay, okay, that you will be writing for me. So, well, we're going to follow the same procedure. I'm going to send the Google documents one more time to the WhatsApp group, and there you're going to be writing down your essays, okay? So give me a second. I want to send them. All right. Here I am. Great. Two, three, four, five, six. Okay. There you are. Okay. So as you can see, there are students that have sent the Google documents to the WhatsApp group already. And now we're going to sorting out, okay, as we have done in the previous classes, all right? And we're going to start writing our essays, okay? So please, Jorge, you have link number 1 tonight, okay? The one that says first is going to be yours, right? Jorge is going to have the first link. Adriana, you have the link that says second group. That is going to be yours, okay? Sergio, you have third group or the third link, okay? That is going to be yours tonight. And finally, for our dear Anai, you have the essay number 4 or the Google document number 4, the one that says fourth, okay? Those are the groups, okay, or the corresponding documents for each of you. And now it's time for you to go to your breakout rooms, okay? And I'll be calling you back later on when we finalize this, and I'm going to be able to give you some feedback as always, okay? So as I said, once you get into start writing your essays, you're gonna have your 30 minutes as always, and then I'm going to be giving you personalized feedback, okay? So please, once you get into start writing on your essay, and I will be sharing my screen with you anyways within the breakout rooms, so that whenever you watch your screen, you're going to be able to see how much remaining time you have for completing the essays, okay? So please, whenever you want, please look at your screen, and you're gonna be able to see how much time you still have for completing the tasks, okay? Well, there you are. I'm gonna open the rooms and I see you later, okay? Please make me proud. All right, great. Thank you very much, dear students, for having come back. I was observing you while you were writing, and I think that you've done a fantastic job. And well, it's now time for us to review that incredible work. Okay. Well, let us start then with I think Jorge's essays is the first one. So Jorge's essay will be the first one review as well. Start, okay, with feedback. Let's see what you've done. All right. Well, page number 12. And oh yeah. Okay, great. This is it. Let us start. Okay, it says, cell phones are increasingly becoming an important part of our everyday lives. And without them, we are practically defenseless against the next technological advancements. Likewise, it is important that children are trained from a young age to this new technological reality, making it easier for them to incorporate in it, okay? To incorporate on it, I would have said, but great, anyways. With the following arguments, in this case, right, capital, I will be explaining why I believe, again here, why I believe it is important that children, the pronoun is always used with a capital letter, okay? It doesn't matter in what context you use it. Why I believe it is important that children are allowed to use smartphones and electronic devices early on their lives, okay? This is it, very good. Let us continue. Firstly, it says, it is true that cell phones can be dangerous to the normal development of children. However, okay, so however, okay, I'm going to explain it this manner. However, it's a connector, right? However, nevertheless, nonetheless, therefore, etc. So whenever you're going to use a connector, okay, if you're thinking to use this as a resource for your writing, it is better to use it in its traditional and orthodox manner. That is to say, to stop, right? The sentence, right? And start with capital letter and to always place the connector before a comma, right? Recommendation. There are other manners to use it. Yes, it's true. Another one could be, for example, instead of writing it like that, it could be 2 points. However, without capital letter and comma. But let's say this is a resource that you don't want to overuse. So it's always preferable to go for the one that, as I say, mentioned, is the orthodox manner to write down connectors, this one, okay? However, it is also true that sooner or later, they are going to be exposed to the technological reality of smartphones and electronic devices. According to experts, the quicker we teach children the dangers and the importance of safe usage of electronic devices, the more responsible they will be later on as adults. In addition to that, it is not an efficient strategy to just protect children from technology, because if they find the means to use it without a previous supervised usage by parents, it can be catastrophic what they can do. As an example, my uncles are against teaching my cousin about using cell phones and electronic devices. Whenever he gets his hands on someone's smartphone or tablet, he does things like calling the police or erases precious images by accident. Fantastic. This is a very good example here, Jorge. It exemplifies very well the danger and the counterproductive action of avoiding cell phones as you are portraying your first argument. Very good. Furthermore, it is extremely important to keep in touch with the family, whether it is nearby family or even family abroad. Nevertheless, young kids can keep in touch with their family members they miss, or they can call their parents if they have an emergency. Okay, it is an important, here using semicolon, and it's good. Now, when you use semicolon, okay, it's not necessary to use capital letter. After a semicolon, you never use capital letter. Okay, it's sufficient to write it without capital letter, but starting a new sentence as you have done in this case. Okay, but capital letter, not necessary when you're writing with a semicolon. Okay, so it is an important tool for young children in their developing years. On top of that, it is quite necessary for people to be able to use this technology as efficiently as possible. And this is only possible if they're exposed to it in their early years, specifically as children, as they are able to learn extremely quickly. To illustrate this, my younger brother is able to call her grandmother in the US at any time he misses her. He does not need more, or he does not need me or anybody to help him set up the video call, and in no time, he's chatting with whoever he wants. Unlike my dad, it requires an extremely long explanation on how to do that. Fantastic. Likewise, if my young brother is in any emergency, he knows how to call his parents. And all that because we taught him earlier on about the correct usage of smartphones. Fantastic. To conclude this important topic, it is advised that children are not only exposed to smartphones early in their life, but also to use them as responsible and efficiently as possible. with the help of parental supervision or parental supervision. Excuse me. This way, we are going to have a more tech savvy. Oh, fantastic, savvy, very good word. Generation than the last one, excuse me, and children are less vulnerable to the consequences smartphones have. Very good, dear Jorge. I think it's a great example of an essay. Let me see how many words. I see that you have actually written a bunch of them. And let's see how many exactly. 486 words. Incredible. Very, very good essay. Well structured, following a template, using very personal and specific illustrations. Very good. Okay, very good, dear Jorge. Keep an eye on those little suggestions I did about the use of semicolon. But apart from that, awesome. Okay, great. Let's continue. We are in the second one now. And let's see what we have. Okay. Here we have it, I guess. Yeah. Smartphones are. Who is the author of this essay? I forgot. Sergio, I think. Yes. No, it's not Sergio. Okay, I guess it's Sergio's essay. Because the smartphones are the most.
Hello, Carlos.
Yes?
I think.
Yeah. Great. Thank you very much, Sergio. Okay, very good. Yeah, this is yours. The smartphones are the most popular and used item of past years.
I think it is Adriana's one.
Oh, Adriana's one. All right. Thank you very much. Adriana, is this yours?
Yes,
Okay,
it's mine.
Great. Thank you very much. Okay, very good. So let's see what Adriana has managed to write. It says smartphones are the most popular and used item of the past years due to the significance they have achieved during the years. Everybody owns a smartphone, and if you don't have one, you are disconnected from the world. This is true and fantastic. This implies that you are not going as fast as the rest of the world. But, very good, what happens with the younger ones, with kids? This is a very important and interesting topic because kids are the most affected due to the use of smartphones. In this essay, here, space, in this essay, in a comma, I will have placed here, I'm going to show some arguments regarding the impact that smartphones have over the younger and the most vulnerable people and why it's better not to give a smartphone to kids. Fantastic. I think that in this case, you have somehow mixed or blended your transition phrase with your opinion. That, although not orthodox, in this case, it was fantastic. 2 points, okay? First of all, smartphones have a very significant impact in society because they connect to each other in a very fast way. You don't have to wait more than a minute for having the information you require. Here, require is like this, require. And for letting everybody know that what you're doing. This new speed of life makes everybody do everything fast and without the importance that could require. Okay, again, here, require. Sorry. Okay, so until this point, I think that this will be a sentence. This new speed of life makes everybody to do everything faster without the importance they could require. Here, I would place period and I will start a new sentence. Why? Because this sentence here finalizes an idea that speed makes everybody to move faster, right? Without the importance they require. So you are finalizing an idea. Now that you start a new premise or a new concept, it's necessary for you to start a new sentence as well, okay? This affects kids because they are growing in an aggressive environment where they don't have the necessary time to process the daily routine and they live with the perfect adjustments of time for doing everything. Good. Okay. Secondly, the constant use of smartphones, implies that they have all kinds of information in their hands, on their hands in this case, right? On their hands. And this is a real problem because it is very difficult to know what they are searching for, and they can learn good things and bad ones. Also, here a connection, right? Also, comma, and capital letter. I believe that as life is moving so fast, parents do not have time to control what their kids are doing, and they just let go of this important matter. Since studies show that the new generation of children who are growing up under the influence of smartphones end up being very shy, and they have very many problems relating to each other. Fantastic. The new generation of children do not know how to play or who to play. Do not know who to play in a, okay, how, I guess, how to play, right? How to play in the backyard and make friends without a smartphone. And this is very difficult to change because they are getting used to it. They did not, here again, this is another sentence, another idea. So better to use another sentence, right? Another period, and to initiate a new argument. Let's say, of course, also conjuncting with a new sentence. They do not have the need of talking to someone or using a phone for calling a relative. In my opinion, this is very concerning, and parents, okay, very concerning. Yeah, it can be. And parents should think better if they really want to let their kids grow under the influence of smartphones, okay? I know they can grow without it because they're extremely necessary, but I do believe that parents can control and put a limit to the influence of technology, at least until they grow up and get the necessary maturity of handling this kind of technology and society. It's important to develop social skills and play in the backyard before having a smartphone and becoming, I guess, before having a smartphone and becoming a person with no social skills and abilities like communication between real people. Yeah, becoming a person with no social skills and abilities like communication between real people. Awesome. I like this essay very much, dear Adriana. I think that the arguments you're using and your introduction is particularly appealing to me. I loved how you connected your introduction with your transition phrase and how you united that with your opinion. It was great. And the arguments are very much thought as well, very, very well meditated. My only recommendation, as always, try to give a illustration, okay, to each argument, something more personal and specific. For example, here we talked about how children are not able to make friends and to perform social activities and conventions, like, for example, going to the park or the backyard to play with other people. Here you have said, for example, my cousin or my nephew, who is 12 years old, when we take her to the park, she actually distracts herself by playing video games instead of going and playing, I don't know, and playing sports with girls of her age, right? That would have been an illustration that is personal and specific, mentioning what your nephew is not able to do now that she's completely distracted and absorbed by this technology, right? Something like that. But apart from that, very good essay. But those illustrations, trust me, made the essay way more believable and trustworthy. Okay, let's continue. How many words you got? Got 487. Fantastic. Okay, congratulations on the quantity of words. Incredible. Very good. Okay, no worries about that. Number 3. All right, this is Sergio's essay. Great. There is an important topic in which we have to describe today. There's from one side the parents that forbid their children to use or have cell phones with internet connections, right? And from the other side, parents who allowed their children to have cell phones with internet connections, and also describe that it's very important to have a communication to nowadays, whatever the reason. Okay, whatever the reasons, in this case, reasons are, right? Plural. To expand this a little bit. Okay. There is an important topic in which we have to describe today. There is from one side, the parents of forbidden children. In this case, children's. It's not necessary because children's will be possessive, right? De los hijos, but they are children, sus hijos, to use or have cell phones with internet connection. Great. I would stop the sentence here because it seems to me is one idea, okay? And I will start a new one. And from the other side, there exists, right? In this case, exists and there exists. Okay, there exist parents who allow, in this case, without past, their children. Here again, their children. It's not necessary to use here the possessive. Their children to have cell phones with internet connections, and also describe that it's very important to have a communication tool nowadays, whatever your reasons are. Very good. At least to me right now, it is not that clear what is your opinion in this case. It is not very easy for me to perceive it. What I would recommend here would be to make your opinion a little bit clearer and to more explicitly say what you think. Something like, right, accordingly, I believe children should not, or should, I don't know what is your opinion in this case, should not be allowed to possess smartphones, right? Something like that. Because in the introduction, it's very important for you to always state your opinion very much explicitly, so that the rest of the essay is a window for the reviewer to know why you think that way. But if you don't make your opinion very much explicit at the beginning, the reviewer will have a lot of trouble to understand what you're trying to defend in your essay, right? So of course you don't want that. And the best idea and the safest manner to approach this is, as I said, by explicitly stating your opinion at the beginning, okay, in the introduction. First, we have the side of the parents to forbid the use of the cell phones nowadays, and even it is prohibited to have cell phones or Wi-Fi connections when children have some age, are some age, right? When children are some age, with the verb to be. There are good reasons to support this idea, even if it is antiquated, okay? Even if it is antiquated, okay? I guess this word exists, but there's enough. There exist a few reasons. There exist here a few reasons, like, all right, avoid some strangers. Here, strangers, okay, like that, strangers. Avoiding some strangers that make contact with our children. Okay, children again here, not necessary with apostrophe. People who has the possibility of being dangerous and could in some cases hurt them. Good. Kidnap them or even kill them if we think in some extreme ideas. Here, for example, I would terminate the sentence again. Oh, sorry, and I will start a new one because I think that this is a new sentence, right? A new proposition. There are very valid points to forbid from some devices and avoid our children search for some internet pages that are not for his age. But in my personal experience, cut the normal interaction, a social life of children, here, could not generate that the girl or the boy take distance from her or his parents because he is not living a normal life in the 21st century, in the 20th. Okay. 20th. How was it? 20th. Like that. Yeah, 20th, like that. First century, in the 21st century. Secondly, we have the parents who allow their children to have cell phones with internet connections. There exists every good reason to give this type of device to the children. For example, communication, interaction with his or her friends, teachers, and family. Also, there exist digital tools to learn how to do something things as music, art, watch videos, who can teach a lot, lectures, blogs, and who can help on the development of the children. They can find valuable information about biology, physics, maths, geography, and from the universe, and everything you find on the internet is best. Keep them away from these devices on these days. It is forbid, not only from the device itself, also from the exterior world and normal communications that humans use day after day. Good. To conclude, right here, comma, we live in a technology world. Everything and everyone has his or her life on digital. Our hobbies, the most of them are digital. Good. Our communications are digital. Okay, our communication is digital. Even our appointments to the doctor or make money transactions are digital. Very good. This is a very good example. We live in a digital moment, so we have to behave responsibly in this case, with our children here, and control their activities, not only in digital, also in every activity they are doing. Fantastic. Well, I love this essay, Sergio, how you are always very much convincing with the way you express yourself. I think we have to check out some details with commas and punctuation, but don't worry because I'm going to have the chance to do very much specifically and detailed through the homework you're going to send, right? That is in the WhatsApp group. And there, trust me, I'm going to give you a lot of commentaries on how to improve that part. But anyways, the arguments are great and the illustrations are great as well. And I think that it is a fantastic essay. Let's see how many words you got. And I think that there's no word with regard to words. Yes, 437. With regard to the quantity of words you're writing, incredible. Okay, so very good here. Sorry. And finally, we have I think this is an easy essay. Yeah. Technology is one of the most important tools nowadays. It is a great option in our activities, for studies, for our jobs, or even entertainment. But the conflict begins with whether children can access them or not at an early age, specifically using smartphones. Let me show you my point of view about this statement. Great. And here, the only thing, 2 points, right? But the introduction is great, and the transition phrase as well is fantastic. Dear students, please, could you help me with your kind responses to the poll we always feel, okay, as I finalize this last essay, so that you can go out rapidly, okay, at the end of this class, and I can also take my responsibility with the other group, okay? Great, let us continue. Personally, I believe that children will not be allowed to use smartphones because these instruments can distract them from real abilities at that age, like play Legos, puzzles, learn how to cut and draw. And somehow, having smartphones and obviously access to the internet, this just give them games or random videos that are completely lacking in learning. Okay. Okay, good. Secondly, sometimes parents are not around when they are using those instruments and they cannot control time, the quality of the content, in the enormous big data that the internet gives us. Consequently, the children are exposed to diverse information on the internet and no supervision at all. Speaking of supervision, if they watch something weird and unusual, they do not have an adult nearby to ask and explain the main topic. Emphasizing my point of view, as a first daughter and having two siblings, I would say that the internet at an early age can disturb them in real life and lose the ability to have a relationship with other kids, like having friends and have a normal childhood at their age. Good. I recommend like 100% encourage them to have activities like sports, arts, and music. Those are so much better at that age and will develop their minds in an exponential way. Fantastic. I like this word, exponential. Very good. For those reasons, I would choose to leave aside the idea of giving a child a smartphone or even restrict the time and commit myself to stay around just in case and encourage other activities with more value and training at that important age. Fantastic. It's a great essay. Very, very good. I love how you talked about your own life and you said, right, I am first daughter, have two siblings. I can tell by my experience, not a good idea to give them technology. I would always try to be there for them if they need to have some sort of explanation about confusing material. Fantastic. That is what I mean when I talked about personal and specific illustrations. Very good. 317 words. You can improve this a little bit more, maybe to get 350, but that is something very easily correctable. Okay, fantastic. Very good, Irene. Very good essay. Well, just to remind you, you have the homework here. Okay, please try to complete it. It's in the WhatsApp group. It's this document that says Staff Writing Section Practice Final. Contains 2 essays. You can send them to me until this Sunday's midnight, and I'm going to be reviewing them and giving them to you corrected and with a lot of commentaries. Okay, great. So we're going to stop the next class that way. And thank you very much for your kind responses. Okay, I'm going to be seeing you next week in order to start a new topic. And please don't forget to send your homework. Okay, have a wonderful weekend and see you later.
Thank you so
Have a great
much. Bye,
weekend.
everyone.
Thank you very much. See you later.